Hello, Trisha Turner. So
Hello.
cool to have you here and out of your busy day. I know you're busy, and so I'm really, really grateful. You've been doing this daily. What's it called? Achieving,
My podcast
anything,
that I run, yeah,
anything but
but
average.
average, achieving success in life.
I love that. I
Oh yeah.
love it because it's just a lot of it is about mindset right now. And you to stop, I tell you this, if I'm grateful for things right now during this event that we've gone through, it's that I've connected more with the awesome leaders in this company than ever before. And even though I met you, I think it was at the EXPCon in Vegas,
I think so too.
and you were so sweet. I had no clue that you were just this team leader out of Houston, and that we would become Facebook friends, and that I would start learning so much from the leaders that I was listening to in our Facebook groups and in your podcast. So I'm really grateful that you've just taken the time.
Aw, thank
Really
you.
grateful. And because I know you're busy, you're going to be doing 75 million in production here.
We are.
You're a little bit busy.
Yes, we are. And despite, one of the agents said the other day when we had our team meeting, she was like, well, I'm concerned about our goal for the year because of this Corona thing. And we've had, the month of April kind of down. I was like, oh, no. That doesn't have anything to do with it. This means you need to hustle a little bit more. That just means you took a little pause, but you better start hustling now because it's
That's right.
wide open.
That's right.
No time.
When you're doing that momentum, you think about all the people that are doing that. They've already got that momentum going, right? When you turn the corner, you're already going. And we've been busy. We've still been busy. So we were talking about that. There's a little bit of that mindset. You've got some buyers that are holding back a little, some sellers that are waiting, but you still have a lot. I mean, the serious ones are selling, the serious buyers are buying.
I was in a house just yesterday with a home that had been on the market for almost a year and failed to sell. And so they're discouraged. It was not listed with us. They're discouraged, of course, not knowing what to do. They need to sell, but he's got the mindset. He's like, well, maybe it's just not a good time to sell. We're thinking about waiting. And I was like, oh, no. This is the best time to sell. Are you crazy? Number one, if there's low inventory, super low inventory, and these buyers all so here in Houston, a lot of these master plan communities and these big neighborhoods that have beautiful pools, the pools are shut down right now. They're not open, and we're not sure when they're going to open because of COVID. And so homes with pools are in high demand because the kids are cooped up, they're bored out of their mind, and school's about to let out. Here in Houston, it's only required that they finish this week of school, and then the next 2 weeks you're supposed to be there, but we all know they're probably all checking out. So literally school in Houston ends like May 10th. So that is crazy. That's almost a whole month early, and the pools are shut down. Not good.
Well, we have a friend who designs pools, and he said he's busier than ever because people that were going to go on vacation are taking that money. They're either buying a house with pools or they're building a pool.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the case.
Well, it's like you think about it right now, nobody wants to travel. No one wants to get on an airplane anyway, or very few. And then where are they going to go? A lot of the places are still shut down. So it's like, how can you plan for something when you don't know?
Right.
You can't plan to go to Disney World. What if it doesn't open? When is it going to open? It's like, what are these people doing? So rather than not plan on something, let's plan on moving or buying a house with a pool, like you said.
Absolutely. Well, we just had the Crawford report came out, and we got all the numbers there. Yep. There's no dip in prices right now. There's just no dip. You just have a little bit more of a time frame, because things are taking a little longer with inspections and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're doing well right now.
We are. What I tell all of my agents here, it's like, okay, we know homes are selling, and some of the house I was in yesterday, quite honestly, Their pool isn't your dream pool. It's a house with a pool, yes, but it's not your dream pool. And normally that would maybe be a deterrent or a little bit harder of a home to sell, but because it's in such demand right now, it will sell. And so it's a great time for that. But as the agent that's representing the buyer and even the agent representing the seller, you have to be extremely careful on who you go under contract with because of what's happening right now. A lot of people's jobs aren't 100% secure. A lot of people's jobs may not be 100% secure in 30 days from now. So that is where it's critical right now, is making sure that that buyer is solid and then watching it and checking on it constantly until you get to the closing table, because that's our job.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I want to ask you, I don't really know your backstory of where you were before you came over to EXP.
Interesting. Okay. So I have been in real estate since 1992. I started at Gary Green, was super young when I first started. I remember my team leader there. She was like an animal. She was this little woman. Her name was Tony Nelson. She would stand up on the tables in the sales meeting and she would yell at people. She was so intimidating. And I'd be in the background like, oh my gosh, like who in the hell is this that just stood up on that desk? And this little bitty woman just yelling at people, you know? And so I didn't click with her right away because I was young and I was like intimidated by her. And, you know, through all of these years, I've been at Keller Williams twice. I've been at Remax. I've been at Coldwell Banker. And then I was even at a discount brokerage for a number of years because I kind of wanted to learn everybody and all of their business models. And I was a lender for 6 years. Wow. So I went through a divorce through all of that. In the mortgage crash of 8, 9, and 10 is when I went through my divorce too. So single mom of 3 kids, one of them being a special needs child, and a lender when the mortgage industry is crashing. So it was an extremely hard 3 years. And at the end of 2010, I was like, miserable, totally miserable, because I was losing more deals than we were closing. The banks just wouldn't, you know, let up on anybody. The guidelines were horrible. And at that point, at the end of 2010 in the mortgage industry, at that point, you could be just licensed by the state. So I was licensed by Texas. But then because of all of this fraud, you now had to become nationally licensed. And so in 2011, I was going to have to take the national test, which was like a 700 question test. It was huge. And I thought, you know what? I don't even like what I'm doing. I absolutely hate what I'm doing because I'm having to deliver bad news constantly. I'm telling people that I can't get their loan through. I'm telling people that their loan got denied for no reason whatsoever, just because the bank decided so. And it was heartbreaking because I was watching people's dreams just disintegrate for no reason. And I thought, I'm not doing this anymore. And so at that point, my real estate license was inactive. I put it back active. I just decided right then and there it was time to just dig deep and hustle every single day. And that's what I did. And, you know, I lived through a short period of time where it was a struggle, a real struggle with 3 kids and not having any help financially. And I just figured, you know what, there has to be a better way. And I became an avid reader and an avid learner and have never stopped. And so it's like I'm continually on the relentless pursuit to become a better me. And then when I opened my own brokerage, which was 4 years ago, and the idea with that was just to open my own independent brokerage. I got my broker's license and I wanted to just have like a little boutique operation just for me and some of my closest friends that were agents. We just work here. It wasn't team running or anything. And it grew so fast. Within 6 months, we had 50 agents here. And I was like, holy crap, this is not what I was thinking, you know? And so then I have to hire all this staff and it was overwhelming, totally. And I'm in production. So it's like, I'm running, trying to manage these agents, and it was just a shit show. Really good. I'm sorry my language, but it was crazy. And, you know, at that point, I was the end of our first year in business, I started doing 1099s, and I started looking at everyone's production and their numbers. And it became real apparent to me that it's true. Most agents don't sell more than 4 to 6 homes a year. Most agents do make less than $40,000 a year. And I found that very sad. And it bothered me. And I decided, you know what, I have to help these people. So it almost shifted my focus off of home sellers onto coaching and training the agents, because you've got to be able to do more than that. How are you paying your bills, you know? And so the next year, our second year in business, it became just a laser focus on helping them, coaching them, training them. And that's when I met Michael Reese and Jay Kinder in EXP. They, however, were not in EXP yet. They had their independent brokerage, but they had the National Association of Expert Advisors, which is their organization. And I had joined that, was doing all their coaching and training, and then bringing it into my office. And then they switched over to EXP. And a few months later, they reached out to me and they're like, you have got to look at this business model because your company is growing like crazy, but that model is the old model. Basically, you have a Blockbuster store and EXP is Netflix. And you need to be with Netflix and not Blockbuster. And I looked at them and I trusted them because I had already been with them for a year and a half. I knew them. They were my friends. And I knew they would never align me with something that wasn't going to be successful, and they would never misguide me. So I trusted them. You know, they tell you you're not going to do business with people unless you know, like, and trust them. And I trusted them, and I like them, and I know them. So I was like, if you say so. And I looked at the numbers and it made total sense to me. And so we made a transition, and that was in October of 2018. So got out of my independent brokerage and flipped it to an EXP branch office. And that was a big switch from running my own brokerage to that, because again, I didn't really want to have the team model. I didn't want to micromanage people. And so with EXP, it was it was a big learning curve. But through all of it, you know, and there was a couple of months there where it was challenging because I was having to shift so much stuff around. But when I look back at it, it's like there's such silver linings. And I believe that God puts us through things so that we can help others. And when you can help others because you've been through it, then you're passionate about it. And you can speak from your heart, and you can speak with, you know, total transparency. It's like, I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I can tell you this is exactly what you need to do because I've been there, done that. I lived it. And so I can now coach, train other broker owners that are thinking about moving over from their own independent brokerage to EXP. I can tell them what not to do. I can tell them what to do and how it's more profitable and how it's beneficial to everybody. So that was a long road, but I'm now at the point where it's like, I'm so grateful, full of gratitude, because I've met the greatest people in the whole world, I believe. You know, when you run your own brokerage, it's hard to find like-minded people because your competitors don't want to talk to you. They're not going to go and have meetings with you. You know, you're a competitor. And then when you're the owner of the brokerage, you're basically at the top there too. So it's like, you can't really collaborate with the top of the top. And when, you know, that's that old saying, when you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a different room. It was like I was hungry for that energy of people that want to build and grow. And when I got into EXP, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, that was like the greatest thing ever. And then when I went to the first EXP con, I was like, wow. And they started putting the vision up, and it was 2020 world domination. I was like, holy crap. It was just empowering because that's what I want to do, you know? Yeah. And then it was like the next 6 months was just a matter of watching all these big teams move over and other brokers move over, and us collaborating across the nation. And this elite group that we have is the coolest amount of people I've ever met. And so for me, it's been the greatest business decision of my life. And I can't even imagine what the next 5 and 10 years are going to do for all of us. You know, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It is.
I had no idea that I would be in a room with these people that are bringing Mark and I to another level that we didn't expect. We just saw the model and just saw that made sense in our future, because it's a way that you can mentor without even having a team. You can have a team.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want, as big as you want or as small as you want here. But it's really not the atmosphere where you stay small. It just isn't.
It's not. And it's like, you know, we laugh about it all the time because I did during the whole month of April, I interviewed people every day. And everyone that I interviewed, they're all my friends, you know, and they're all scattered around the United States. And before we'd get on the live, and even after we'd get on the live, we'd be on the phone or on the Zoom like this for an hour. You know, I'd be like, oh crap, I got another call, I gotta go. And, you know, it's like there's this closeness, there's just this connection that is just unexplainable. You know, you can be in business locally with people for years. And I told somebody the other day, you know, when at Keller Williams, their offices are so big, there's 300-400 agents. And so you say hi, bye as you're passing people in the hallway, but nobody really connects, very few. There's a couple of clicks, but outside of that, there's not a lot of connection. It's just people doing their own thing. But with us, it's like, it's connection. It's human. I could get on my phone right now and text at least 20, 25 of them, probably even 30, and be like, hey, I'm in a bind. I either need to come there or you need to come here. How can we do this? And they would, and I would. And that is like unbelievable. You know, it's the greatest accomplishment I would think of any brokerage ever established. And for us to be part of it, it's like, it's just a blessing, you know?
It is. It's amazing. It is. I was an appraiser for over 25 years. So I've been through that craziness, that wild ride, and I've been locked in a 10 by 10 room reviewing stuff in the worst time to have to look at appraisals and review appraisals and what was going on out there and catching fraud left and right.
Oh,
You know, I mean, when I got out, I didn't think, I took a hiatus. I actually started a spa. And then I thought, well, you know, I've had my time with that relaxed time of the spa and everything was really good for me. But when I broke my back, so I'm thinking about all these things that happen and impact. I broke my back in a car accident. So and then I had a tumor, had to have an operation and a full hysterectomy. So this is just the last few years that made me stop and get my real estate license again and then start with EXP.
mm-hmm.
I never thought that we would be in this position. Now we have thousands of dollars in stock. I never knew there'd be an ability to have stock, have insurance, have residual income from everybody that we're referring to this awesome company. I never saw this coming. So I mean, right? So I'm really grateful to God. I
am too.
Yeah,
it's a silver lining, you know. It's like there's so many things, even with COVID. You know, I was talking to somebody this morning. It's like, yes, it's a tragedy, and there's lives that have been lost. 100%. I'm that's a terrible thing. But at the same time, I have seen so many silver linings just in my own company, in my own family, in people that I know. Even just last night, I don't even remember what happened, but I was telling my husband, I was like, holy crap, that's a silver lining. It's another one. Yeah. And it's like, if you become really open-minded and you are aware of these blessings, you know, there's a reason for everything. And when you hear that, it's like everything happens for a reason, but sometimes we can't see it. It's there. We sometimes, I think, choose not to see it, you know?
Absolutely. I agree.
We're too close-minded.
Yeah, it's so true. It's a time where we can actually embrace creativity and shift in a way that, I mean, who was talking about this? Money is still out there. You still have the money. It's just shifting and changing to different hands right now. So you just have to shift and change with the economy and with everything going on. And the ability to do that now, I am so grateful that we have a virtual world already. That we didn't miss a beat, and our staff was accessible just like they were the day before this show.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's crazy because I was looking, again, silver lining, when I was looking through all this COVID thing, and we're right in the throes of it, you know, in the middle of April, and it was like, okay, wow, imagine if I would have kept just the independent brokerage open and just been me and these 50, by that time we probably would have had 70 or 75 agents, you know. Imagine that. Who would I have turned to during that time? A, we wouldn't have been virtual. B, who would I have been collaborating with to be like, hey, what's going on in New York? What are y'all seeing in California? How are you handling this? How are you doing this? I wouldn't have had anyone to turn to. Right. I would have been listening to the news. I would have been reaching and seeking people that could help me and hoping that they were giving me the right information. Right. Now, because of our organization and what we do, we never skipped a beat. Like you said, you know, I was interviewing people in all different states and cities and asking them, what's it like there? You know, what are you seeing? What are y'all reporting? What is it really like? And so they're not lying. They're our friends, you know? So it's like, that was inside information that I would not have had we not been with EXP.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's so true. Yeah, everybody was still even more connected through that time of having to stay home and get in the world more, take more classes that were available, yes. And then to offer them to other people that didn't have that. And now Verbella is even helping other companies huge companies like Dell. And
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm very proud.
And so, you know, it's like, think of where, you know, in 2019, because I coach and train my agents every Monday. And so in the beginning of 2019, there was a lot of talk from economists about a recession coming. And that kept going on. You know, we're probably going to see it the latter part of 2019. And then as we approach that 2019, the economists were like, okay, well, maybe we're not going to have a recession. And then as we approach the end of 2019, they're like, actually, we're not going to have a recession. And if we do, it may be a small one. And it's probably going to be in 2021. So as we were headed into 2020 here, you know, we had this amazing seller season ramping up and we were just busy, 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 busy. And the next thing you know, here comes this pandemic out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming. Everybody was blindsided by it. And we were thrown into this immediate weird season. It's like, well, I don't know what this is. It's not a recession per se, but we're definitely feeling a shifting of the market. We're definitely totally got our doors shut overnight, just like that. But you know what? It again has not affected us at all. Alls we did, because we're always training and we're always masterminding and collaborating together, alls we did was hunker down during that month and build our businesses and our organizations stronger. It's like the three little pigs, you know, we don't have that straw house that got blown down. We got that solid foundation. So it's like, okay, there's a storm going on out there right now. Let me just hunker down and keep building this stuff inside. Because when we open this door, it's going to be like, game on, you know?
Totally. It's like, right, I was so looking forward to everybody coming to Arizona. Nick Krim was putting on that big event. And oh my gosh, there was this whole group. We were in a collaborative realty group. We were all we're ready to go. And then it was shifted and it came on anyway on Zoom call, Zoom live. And you were a speaker, Gogo, Bethke, and
it got us all together on one platform on the same day, which was not the plan.
That was amazing. Amazing people here.
You know, when I look back at like that month of April, when with the whole COVID was being announced and when it was first coming about, we were all supposed to be at shareholders. You know, I think it was like April 23rd in Florida. We had our room. We all stayed together. A lot of us stayed together. I hadn't booked my flight yet, but we already had our room. We were set. We were all looking forward to it because that's our time together, you know? And so when it got announced that shareholders was going to be virtual and it was canceled, that was one of the biggest letdowns within this whole COVID thing, was that we were going to get to hang out together. Right. We were on the phone. We're like, I can't believe we're not going to get to hang out this weekend. You know, that's so cool.
Now it's next week, and everybody can be part of it, right?
Yeah. But it's like, you know, normally with like real estate conventions and stuff, you know, they're fun and they're great and everything, but it's not like something where you're like really longing to go to. It's fun and it's great. But with our group, when we get together, I mean, we're like longing to connect, you know? So for that to be like one of the biggest tragedies was that we don't get to hang out together. You know, it's like, that just shows you the closeness there. It's not fake. It's totally genuine, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've gotten so many nuggets that I've put into practice in our group, in our real estate. It's amazing. I just love it. So I don't want to keep you too long. I am just so appreciative. I know you're really busy. You're listing homes left and right. I see them. I see all of them online. And I just super appreciate you just bringing your positivity here. We'll keep watching that. I don't know, you're probably going to go to more like a week thing now because
we are. You know, I was doing them weekly. They were done at Tuesdays at noon. And then when this whole COVID thing came about, I wanted to do them daily and put out a positive message every morning. And I committed to doing that. And then I did. But with my schedule, it's insane. I can't keep it up every day. And so I'm re-looking at my calendar this week. And what I'm really going to try to put into place for next week and thereon is 2 times a week, doing it at noon. It seems that noon Central Time works better because there's so many different people in time zones that I interview. And so at noon, and of course, as you know, in real estate, we're supposed to be spending the mornings doing lead gen and follow-up. So if I'm coming in every morning at say 9 o'clock Central, like we did in April, it isn't always 9 o'clock Central in other areas though. It may be 10 somewhere or 8 somewhere. And so it's cutting into people's time, which I don't ever want to do because that is critical that you maintain that. And so I thought, you know what? If everybody's doing their time blocking like they should be doing in our industry, about noon is where you take that shift. You grab food, eat it at your desk, you go to lunch, but you take a break because you just hunkered down for 3 hours and did your follow-up and your lead gen. Yep. So I thought that would be a good time to slide in, bring out some positivity, bring out some reinforcements, and bring out some success secrets, and have people share their stories. And so that's what will roll out next week. And I'll start my lineup again, because, you know, when you can deliver people's messages and people really sharing success secrets, it's so helpful. A lot of people can't afford professional coaching.
Right.
And, you know, in our organization, we offer it to everybody for free, but there's people outside of our organization and they don't get offered free coaching. They have to go pay $1,000 or $1,200 a month for coaching. And so it's a way to give back to those out there that aren't with us and aren't blessed like we are, you know, that they can learn some success secrets and tune in, and hopefully someday they'll align with us. And if not, you know, we'll still be there to help them.
That's right. I love it.
Always.
I love it. So where then they can find you, people can find Trisha Turner Properties and you
They can.
on
Yeah, the
Facebook,
best place to go is trishaturner.work. It's TRICIA. I've got everything kind of linked to there. You can schedule a call there. You can get on our website there. You can go to everything. And then, of course, I'm on Facebook as just Trisha Turner. That's the easiest thing. But definitely reach out if anybody needs anything.
Thank you so much, Trisha.
Thank you for having me.
I so appreciate you.
Yeah, have a great day.
Until we actually see another event and actually hang out together. That'll be a blast.
It will be. Thank you so much.
Well, you have a great week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.